Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. I hope you're having an incredible day or night in Jesus. Thank you so much for being with us. We're going to look at Father-Son language in the New Testament. As you read through the New Testament, it's obvious that the Father on occasion talks to the Son, and the Son on many occasions talks to the Father. And this leads people to kind of a false conclusion that there are two persons in a Godhead, when in reality it's the Father and the Son. It's God the Father and the humanity of Jesus that are communicating. Because you see, Jesus, the Bible's very clear that God neither hungers nor thirsts nor sleeps. The God of Israel never sleeps, reading that in the book of Psalms. And if he was hungered, would he not tell thee, and all of this again in the book of Psalms. And so God is a spirit. But as a man, Jesus hungered, he thirsted, he wept, he slept, and he grew tired, he grew weary. He could bleed for you and I. He could be the sacrifice for you and I. So Father-Son language in the New Testament is not two deities talking to each other that equal one pantheon of deity in God the Trinity, but it is merely the humanity of Jesus, the Son, God the man, so to speak, talking to God the Father. And so you see an example of this in verse 42 of Matthew 26. Again, thanks for being here. It says, he went away, it's talking about Jesus again the second time, and prayed, saying, "O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done." Now notice Jesus here praying. God, by definition, couldn't pray because he has all power. He's omnipotent. He can do whatever he wants. So this obviously is talking about the humanity of Jesus. In reading some Athanasius, who's considered the founder of the Trinity, he in many instances had a total understanding of this. And I find it sad that many people who try to defend the Trinity today are defending it not really understanding that Jesus is God and man. He's the Father and Son in one person, and that in him dwells all the fullness of the Godhead bodily. But they're using the kenosis doctrine of Philippians 2, that Jesus stripped himself of all powers, that he was a co-equal, co-eternal second person of the Godhead, sent from eternity past into the world. Whereas, see, Jesus said, as the Father has sent me to his disciples, so send I you. Well, were the disciples in eternity past as well? No, of course. There was a man sent from God named John, John 1, talking about John the Baptist. And so John the Baptist wasn't pre-existent. The apostles weren't pre-existent. And Jesus actually said the exact same process that God sent me, I'm now sending you the apostles. So he militates against pre-existence other than in the plan or mind of God. It's an impossibility, really, to interpret that accurately any other way. So the prayers of Jesus are obviously the humanity of Jesus, that sinless sacrifice that could die for us. And according to Acts 20:28, was God's own blood. When he says, "Father, forgive them," Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, all of these things, Father-Son language, Father, forgive them, they know what they do. This is indicating humanity praying to deity, sinless humanity, the incarnation of God, the humanity of God, talking to God the Father, but not a separate divine person. And so this certainly could not be used in any way to prove some post-1st century AD Trinity, which the language is nowhere mentioned in Scripture. And I'm not just talking about the word Trinity. I'm talking about any Trinitarian language at all, not even hints, types, or shadows. But God is one, 10,000 plus times in Scripture, thereabouts. So God bless you. We love you. See you later. Bye-bye.